Wassail, it's a new moon in Gemini. So, new moon in Gemini, we've just had that Scorpio full moon, big endings. There's a massive shift of energy that's taken place. It's smoking quite a lot. Been a big shift in energy this morning. You can feel the calm that's beginning to ride through now. Gemini, so air sign, thoughts, duality, seeing the opposite end of things, bringing in new extremes to either end. Plus we've got, as I said, those 4 planets in retrograde. So let's do the bowl. There's a sense of timidity, gentleness, strengthening. It really, that was the energy of a new beginning. Now, this moon is the last moon phase before the solar eclipse, and that's going to be huge. So let's dive straight in with, I've got no idea what with actually. What should we go with? Animal energies. Okay, they want 2 parts to the reading, or 2 energy flows. So let's divide everything into 2 piles and see what we get. So, new moon in Gemini. What are the 2 energies for new moon in Gemini? What are the 2 energies for new moon in Gemini? I'm just gonna, because I've got 3 cards now, I want another one for... Okay, so... one half is us, that part of our duality, our physical. The other half of our duality, it seems to be, I'm being told, is our higher self. So potential rather than actuality. And yet, our actuality is potential. So we have Earthworm. Earthworm's got all these wonderful lines running across. And there, that calm that I just spoke about, that change of frequency that's coming in, this earthworm is untangling itself. And look at all this beautiful potential energy inside. It's important to remember that without earthworms, there's kind of no soil. Earthworms are so integral. This is saying that without humanity, Earth is of no relevance. You know, you can... There was a time when there were dinosaurs, but the important part is that on a spiritual path, it's important that humanity is here now, because it works. We work on a different frequency, and we have that sense of freedom of will, free choice, although that's also something that's more up for debate. You have, and that's Earth. And then we have an air sign. We have Nightingale. Look, this standing, us, each standing in our place on the earth. Now, in my last video, I talked about that idea of doing a meditation where it's just you and the earth. And this is about you singing the light, each of us creating this potential, this energy, and bringing it into the world to light the darkness, to change things. And this is very much, again, duality, because the first card of your higher self, or our higher selves, is the zebra. The wonderful, unique, yin and yang, black and white extremes, being embodied within our higher self and our actual self, having just the smallest birthing of that energy in our vessel, which is our body. So the spirit, your higher self, is, again, look, it's in this lovely calm energy. Both of these are in the calm energy. And you see the colour potential in the third eye of the zebra, or the zebra. I don't know why I said zebra then. It's always zebra. It's a zebra crossing. Anyway, so this is that potential. This is the energy that your higher self brings down, and it's bringing down newness. Newness, this is buffalo, cosmic buffalo. So this is something going on cosmically, as we know. Buffalo runs and runs and runs and runs and runs until all of its hooves wear out, and then it all wears out, and then it's rebirthed. We are being rebirthed, and you've got this wonderful, beautiful, magenta-y, pink, purple, spiritual energy. The buffalo is earthed. Its horns are connected to spirit. So it's about, this moon is about seeking, it would seem, to find the energy between ourselves and our higher selves, to make a stronger connection between us and our higher selves. I know they just jumped out those two, but I need to rifle these cards first. So, what would you like to say, please? What would you like to say? Oh, about our physical selves, our consciousness here on the earth. What would you like to say about that? So, Scorpio full moon card. So we're passing through this stage now, this death and transformation. So there's a huge transformation taking place with this new moon in Gemini, and it's healing, and we've got two wonderful sword cards to go. There's four swords, sorry. We're moving from an exit point. We're leaving behind all of this battling, and we're choosing to sit on our truth. It's interesting that this hasn't yet picked up this sword. It's like the sword of truth, your truth, our truth, everyone's truth. We're still waiting. We haven't lifted up our sword and held it aloft to say, this is what we're heading for. This is where we stand, and this is the card of healing, third eye. So this is like the two halves. Our self here in the 3D world, and then our higher self is trying to heal us. It's trying to bring new energies towards us. So we have holding our truth. This is cosmically gifted sword of truth. These are really important cards that's talking about a whole new approach to thinking, to understanding, to sensing how life ought to be. And this is being offered to us by our higher selves, the Zen of swords. And here the sword is all the energy colours that we had in the third eye and inside the earthworm. And yet the sword, when it comes to us as a sword of truth, has got our kundalini energy, but it's just saying that we don't have the ability within our body and our consciousness to hold all that is our higher self. It's like having a gallon of water and trying to fill a very small glass. There's just too much and it's all going to pour out. So we have what we need, and that is changing. The potential of our understanding of truth is adapting during this next moon phase. And also the full moon that will be coming will be in Sagittarius, and that's about movement forwards again. So this is the beginning of drawing together a sense of how our duality works, not in our masculine and feminine energies, but between our human form and our spiritual higher form, okay? And we have in the human form that need to move past all the broken emotions. This big blocked mountain is being, it's difficult to see, but the energy of this card is all this movement down, like it's dissolving. And again, we've got that hint of the calmness that was in the first two cards just behind the mountain. So there's a promise of change. Your higher selves are bringing it to you. And this is not spirit team. This really is your higher self that we're talking about. So move past the emotions. Your higher self has got all the emotions fully working, online, interacting, creating the right shapes and frequencies to allow flow. So it really is about connecting with ourselves. And then this is kind of us, Daughter of Cups. Daughter of Cups is the beginning of a new emotional energy. And that's part of this truth. Standing in your truth is a new emotional energy, as well as a verbal or thought energy. The interesting thing here is the reflection of this lovely little signet has got all of the energies, and again we're in that calm black and white energy, but this is telling us that we're beginning to see the reflection of our truths, of our higher aspects that couldn't fit in our bodies before. So let's have a little look at these. Good tarot, please. A little story. I think that's nice, 4 on each side. Okay, so we have the 5 of water. It's that sense of emotional drama. But there's a real calmness in this drama, actually, from this card. And this, it's about being remade, parts of the body changing, new growth. This really is saying that there's a new emotional language that's healing to us on a molecular level. And this is coming in with the Queen of Water energy to connect with the Akashic record. So, okay. So, it's about facing the slightly traumatic things. They want me to hold the cards so that you see them in this format. This idea that this is us, still slightly hanging on to the drama, and this is our higher self in bliss, in calm, just holding the energy of everything. It's all about facing the things we fear with a calmness. Then we have, this is us, beginning the 7 of Earth to come into our space. It's interesting that, see here, this is us, and this is like a tiny message from our higher self, like that little part of our higher self before it becomes a fullness within us. And when it moves forwards into fullness, we get the King of Fire. But we'll come back to him. We need to go with Spirit's half, or your higher self's half, the 8 of Earth. So we have 7 and 8. And this is Yggdrasil. This is new frequencies are being developed, changes. This really is the tune. I'm hearing cellos. I know I'm seeing a cello, but what I mean is I am hearing the tone of cellos, and I'm hearing body, woody, rich transformations within the energy field of people. So we have the 4 of air and the King of Fire. The King of Fire represents us. This is the passionate new beginning. This is the spiritual warrior. This is the spiritual teacher, the guide. This is waiting for this, not waiting. Your higher self is waiting, and it's this real sense of being told divine masculine, divine feminine energy, waiting for that moment to join to create the rebirth. So everything's inevitable, but it is this is the most important part, this wonderful new heart that we're creating by combining our lower and higher heart, so that we come into a new frequency. And we have the 3 of Earth representing us again. This is a statue becoming real. It's almost like our lives to this point have been, I kind of want to say plastic, and we're choking on it, is the point that they're making. It's like we're not real, we're not genuine. Everything we do has a falsehood to it. It was correct, it was what was meant to take place, but this is about transforming that energy. There's a couple of butterflies. She's got her wings growing. She's holding one pentacle up. She has another pentacle here, and all over her there are geometric patterns. Dawn is breaking out. Light is transforming. Her eyes have butterfly wings, as if the third eye is beginning. This zebra, third eye, is beginning to connect and open. And this is leading us to the 6. 3 and 6, 6 and 3. For me, 6 and 3 is a really important number. It's the Nikola Tesla frequency for electrons buzzing in and out of dimensions that I've been seeing a lot recently. So this is about being in that connection. The only thing 3 and 6 lacks is the divine 9. So where's the divine 9 coming? Where's the divine 9 coming? I need to rifle them properly. I'm really trying to remember to do that before each. I do it before, but I like to do it again. So where's the divine 9? What's going on with the divine 9? What's going on with the divine 9? So, we've got be loyal to what you love. This is on the spirit side. This is 19, which is obviously a 10, an ending and a new beginning. This is this dog, the loyalty. There's a necklace around its chest that's tangled slightly. So we're not fully connected to our higher selves as yet. And then we have trust the great mystery. Whale is us, and this is an 11, 6 and 5. This is going deep into this emotional, I don't want to say trauma, into this emotional, I do want to say darkness, because it's almost like all of your old emotions are kind of stored in a room and you've not opened the door and turned the light on for such a long time, and now is time to start shining a light, to get to this point where our emotions are 10 of cups, all connected like they are for our higher self. And then we have card 2, which is talking about how this whole process at the moment of life is speeding up. I mean, the other day we were clapping for NHS workers, care workers, frontline staff, all of those kind of people. And they said it was our 7th week, and I was like, 7 times we've been doing this? Antelope is like buffalo. It's that connection between heaven and earth. But this is rushing through. This is when this connection takes place. So in the next couple of weeks, there's going to be a real strong drawing of energy and speed as dimensions begin to split and move forwards into a new frequency. So what do we have here? This moon is a vision quest, a quest for us to seek an alignment with our higher self, meditations on our higher self. And we have the ghost dance and the corn down on the side of us. This is personal demons being veiled over now. They're being taken further away. This 22, the master number, all of those things that bother us, worry us, all those emotions that we've got locked in that room that we won't turn the light on, it's time to let the sun out so that life, you, spirit, your DNA, everything can begin to grow, everything can begin to change. And then we have, which is quite nice, we have 1332. Crow. Crow, I love crow. I love crow. Crow is the ugly truth, but this is spirit asking you to look, take that deep dive, see this. Crow is the notion of pecking at your own shadow. It's shadow work. You've got to turn the light on so that you can illuminate your spirit and become a new person. And this illuminating of yourself is echoed with the wonderful card of the Luminous Warrior. This is a transformation on a molecular level and a consciousness level. Our higher selves are really trying to bring change to us, and this next 2 weeks is a chance to work through that. I wanted to do the Lenormand cards. So so there's one on the floor. Oh, Tree of Life, another 11. Where was the first 11? 65, Whale Spirit. So, we have Tree Spirit, Yggdrasil again. We had the cello Yggdrasil. So, this was spirit giving you the key. This is you accepting the key, accepting through meditation, through thought, through relaxation, a connection to your higher self. And then we have again abundance. This is the promise that's coming. This is fast moving, magical new Gemini moon energy into the hidden realms, into these realms, so that this is a card that contains almost everything in the cosmos. There's something so incredibly busy, third eyes in hands, shapes transforming, eyes opening, fears being faced, sort of ugliness is being turned into beauty, and there's a real sense of I kind of want to say like vomiting out all of the unnecessary emotions that we've been holding. It's a really very, very beautiful card, and it has that connection just down here. This card comes as a separate card, which is Cosmic Ancestors Seek Clarification. This card saying create conscious awareness, but you are looking to clarify things with your higher self. And then the higher self cards, divine consciousness and channel your knowledge, critical judgment. Oh, there's the divine 9 that we were looking for earlier. There is the divine 9 that goes with the 6 and the 3. I knew it would come. So this connection to flow is when we allow ourselves to connect with our higher self, to allow divine consciousness in. This triad, this divine triad will begin to take shape. And channeling your knowledge, look, again, it's a triad, that triangle of energies coming down. This is, it's almost, there's this, it's mournful, this card today. I mean, which is very odd. It's a very bright card, but he's looking very mournful. There's almost a tear in this darker eye, just on this side. This is, and he has a pen in his hand, he's writing, he's recording new knowledge, but it's also, it's write down, feel, notice, observe all the things that bother you in that darkened room we talked about, and then just close the book, because this is new movement now. So let's Lenormand ourselves. So Lenormand, please, for our physical 3D version of ourselves that we're all in. Lenormand, please. Oh, I didn't do a rifling, and I'm going to put that card back even though I love it. It was flowers. I did promise myself I would remember to do this with each deck of cards. I don't think I did it with the... Sorry. With the Mystical Shaman deck. So what do we have, please, for our... Interesting. So we've got... How do you get around the mountain? How do you get past the mountain? Walk around it. If you can't find a way over it because it's too tough, leave it. Don't climb it. Leave it. Light up the room, have a look at it, and then just go, do you know what? I don't need this. Write it in your book, close your book. You have mice. Mice is usually anxiety, which there is. That's that mournfulness, the anxiety of moving on, because you don't know where this is going. But this is also talking to me about Year of the Metal Rat. This is good energy. This is coming back together. This is sharing. And that card's never represented that before. There's little things preserved on shelves. There's a candle burning. Everything's back to normal. And below, growing in this card, is new life coming up along the bottom. And we have being anchored. We have to anchor ourselves into the earth, and we have pleasure garden with this, anchoring ourselves to a kind of Eden, a new earth energy, and this is again referencing Year of the Rat. So we've got 3, 5, 20, 2, 3, 21, 21, 23. Oh, sorry, I misread that. 20, 35. So we've got 20, 21, 23, and 35. There's a movement, but it's like the movement has gaps, that it's not flowing yet in its totality because you're not connected to the higher self. So what does the higher self offer us? What's the higher self bringing towards us? What's the higher self bringing towards us? A lot of cards. So, shut the book. Find the secret. Channel this knowledge. Bring down this information from your higher self. And then close the book. Start a new book. There's a brand new, whole new chapter of life to begin. And there will be, Fox, self-reflection. This is referencing Daughter of Cups energy. Smoky mirror, clearing our reflection, becoming in balance with our higher selves to a much greater extent. Fox survives everything. It's almost like winter is passing. Winter was the whole life before you shut the book. There's a new book, a brand new, exciting, new energy. Rider is bringing in, this is card number 1. And card number 4, home. So we're moving towards a brand new, wonderful, comfortable, happy existence once we begin to accept connection with our higher selves and our deeper purpose. So that's really rather lovely. I just want one Rasuli. Look, I am going to remember this time. So, Rasuli, what's the general theme around the heart for this Gemini new moon? So, in our bodies, in our existence here, we have deal with the unexpected. Treat the unforeseen as a divine offering. So this card is, it's the shapes in this card. It's a real, it's the energies are being warped in my head. I don't mean that. What I mean is that there's still this idea that the energy within everything is transforming. There's a sense of this magic eye. Kind of want to sort of give it a look and see what jumps out, because I'm being told concentrate on the image at the back with magic eye to see something. What are you trying to show me? It's like a celebration. It's like people coming together and new cleansed, purified energies. Treat the unforeseen as a divine offering. So don't fear, because we know there's abundance coming. So see any hiccup on your steps as the perfect thing to stop and to review and to decide whether you want to move forwards with it. And then Spirit is giving us a way of faith. Let faith be your guide. This card's often about DNA and new beginnings and cells. It's cells. They're saying the cells are being, oh, I see. So I kind of need to hold it that way though, because cells are being reformed at their very core, at the very micro level. Electrons, the 6 and the 3, is being transformed by divine consciousness. We're moving where we have to trust in our higher selves. So critical judgment is to begin to connect with our luminous warrior self. And Crow will guide you, Spirit's guiding you to yourself, but it's going to change everything on an atomic quantum physics level. Okay, so that's the new moon in Gemini. I'm going to be doing the 5th new moon Chinese animal signs in a couple of days. I'm just waiting for 2 new fabulous decks of cards to arrive. So as soon as they come, I will begin doing those 12 readings, and then I'll set about on work of how we prepare ourselves for this big, massive, huge solar eclipse. So, wassail and enjoy yourselves. Bye.